Hi guys, Megan here with Beautiful by Megan Horst, and we all know makeup does amazing things, and I love the effects that you can get, but if used the wrong way, it can be kind of aging. So today I'm going to go over some of my anti-aging makeup tips that I recommend to everyone. So tip number one would be to choose the right foundation formula and use something light and creamy and hydrating, and not focus on covering all your skin, but focus on blending your skin and letting that radiance shine through. So my tip number two would be about concealer. So I think it's so important to find the perfect formula of concealer rather than just go for something that matches your colors. I would go for something that's the right texture. So one that I love is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. Another one that I have found good on mature skin would be the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I also love the Clinique Airbrush Concealer that comes in a pen. That's really great for younger skin also, as well as older skin. Definitely choose something that's not matte and cakey and that's light reflecting, and dab a little bit in the inner corner and a little bit on the outer corner right here. It's amazing what that can do for you. It really just kind of gives you an eye lift. And and definitely make sure you use some eye cream before you put that on, because the more moisture you have around your eyes, the less it's going to look cakey and you're going to see all those lines. So focus on thin layers and not too much concealer, but the right texture. Number three, I love to use creams. So cream blushes are really, really awesome for just giving you that glow from within. And cream shadows are also really great, especially for mature eyes, because sometimes the powders can make you look really dry. So I'm going to put a little bit of a cream shadow right in the crease here on myself. This is the Laura Mercier cream. It's called Burnished Bronze Caviar Stick. So I'm just going to blend this a little bit. And what this does, a lot of times as we age, we lose the contour and definition right here in the crease. And if you have a hooded eye, you can just kind of look straight ahead and make sure you're getting it in the right spot. But it's just really important to use a blending brush and add that definition back in. Definitely make sure you're not using anything that's too shimmery or pearly, but I love using creams, so definitely a texture of cream would be a huge anti-aging makeup do. So it's definitely on the do list. See how that just kind of adds something? And I feel like so many women as we age are wondering, am I using too much makeup? Am I not using enough? It's definitely important to use makeup on your eyes. It's just you don't want to use, you want to focus on using the right texture and not something too matte, something that's light reflecting but not shimmery. A definite do for anti-aging is curl your eyelashes of all ages. Curling your eyelashes really helps to lift up your eyes. Go in and squeeze it 3 times as you pull out so you get that curl effect rather than just one crimp. Really is a great eye lift. Also, I think it's so anti-aging to use those serums and let your eyelashes grow, because the thicker and longer your eyelashes, the less eye makeup you have to wear. It just really opens your eyes, and there's so many great formulas on the market right now for growing your eyelashes, so that's definitely a do. Next, I do this in almost every video of mine, and I recommend that everyone do this because it's such a great way to open up your eyes and add definition. So I go in right at the eyelash line and massage the pencil right where your eyelashes grow out, in between all of them. And this really adds thickness, like the appearance of thickness and volume. And then you might not even need to do anything on top, but I always like to go over the top line a little bit. And here's another tip for you. there's a line going from the corner of your eye up to the corner of your eyebrow. Do not go below that line with any eyeliner color, because then you will instantly pull your eyes down. So always stick above that imaginary line. You want to end everything going kind of up. And I know this is hard if you have hooded eyes, but try to look straight ahead in the mirror and get it as good as you can. So another tip I have is to use a mascara that is really thickening, something that you can really get down to the base of your eyelashes and really get it in there, as opposed to the kind that just kind of add length. You need something really thickening. So I like to use the mascara, and do you see how I'm kind of curling downward? So I can almost feel the mascara wand on the waterline of my eye, and then I'm wiggling the brush. Kind of lifts everything up. Okay, another huge thing that I love to do and I tell so many people about, which is really, really awesome, is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. The color I feel like I can use on everybody, and that goes with so many different skin types, is the Champagne Pop. I love this one because it has some warmth to it, but it's really good for fair skin also. So I like to use the same brush that I usually use on my concealer, but I don't see it in front of me right now, so I'm going to use my fingers. And I've already done it on this side. You can kind of see how it just gives you this beautiful radiance. So I'm just going to pat it right on the top of my cheekbone. And this is also great too, because when you have that cream blush on, it kind of blurs the line where the cream blush stops and turns into highlight. So I like to put it a little bit on the brow. And then I like to put a little bit up here also. So if you're using a foundation that does have a lot of coverage, this always gives that illusion that your skin is dewy and still glowing and radiant. So this is a good tip for someone who likes to wear a lot of coverage also. I love this product. It's definitely on my top 10 of do's for makeup. Okay, what is next? Eyebrows. So I like to start out with powder and create fullness in the eyebrows. So make sure that your brows are well groomed, and try to keep a clean area right in here so that your makeup lays really nice on your skin, because even if you have light hair, the fuzzies kind of show through when you have any kind of makeup there. And then go in with a powder that's not too warm and not too dark. And you can just kind of fill in where you see. It's good to always kind of brush them first, but fill in the areas where you see that you're a little thin. So that way when you go to use some pencil, you're not like going to town and doing all this darkness with a pencil. And it makes it a lot easier because you just have no idea how much powder can do. It's so awesome. Okay, so once you have your powder on, I love the combination of powder and pencil. So you can brush through them again and just create little necklines where you want some hair to be. Like this brow I feel like doesn't go in as far as this one, so I want to create a couple lines to kind of create that illusion that this brow comes in as far. And again, you can brush through them to keep them nice and soft. And just trying to get them to be a little more even. And we all know we can go crazy with this, but the idea is to keep your brows well groomed, full, and tamed. Okay, So another thing I love to do is if you have any areas that you've concealed on your face, so when I talked about not using a lot of foundation, it's always great to get that even skin tone and then pinpoint conceal. And after you do that, when you're all done, it would be good to go over those areas with some powder just to kind of set it. One powder that I really love to use is the Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder. This is by Laura Mercier, and it's like one of those baked on powders, and it's literally like just so thin and silky, but it does set the makeup and just creates this radiant glow on your skin. So you can go over your face with this, and it's so light you really won't see it, but it does do a great job. Okay, and next what I love to do is use a color that you know would be a little bit brighter than your natural lip shade. So I really wouldn't suggest using a dark color if you have maturing skin and you have little lips. I wouldn't use anything really dark or matte or anything. When you're younger, you can get away with using almost anything. And that's why girls take so many more chances when they have tight young skin and do the bold lip and the matte lip. But as you age, I definitely suggest taking a good look at your lips and seeing what color kind of is in the undertone of your lips, and then choosing a formula that's a couple shades brighter than that. So I'm going to go with something that's like a pinky peach for myself. And I think the biggest thing is to use a formula that is very hydrating. You can use a lip plumper also, just to give that fullness. But anytime you use something with some reflection and like a gloss or a sheer formula with lots of moisture and pigment, then I think you'll be golden. And if you decide you want to cheat the lips a little bit, you can go back in with a liner and kind of give it some more definition, because sometimes we lose that definition as we get older in our lips. So just going in. You don't have to go over the whole lip, just in areas that you want to accentuate the lip line.